From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Ants Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
All right, so you come here on a regular basis for your weather update, but did you know there are other sources, right? You can check out Turtle Bay Wonderful World of Animals. I hang out with Sharon Clay. We learned about the animals at Turtle Bay. Go to weathernorcal.com, click on the Animal Family segment, and you can watch all of the available episodes. Same thing with NorCal Ag. Hang out with different farmers and ranchers. We learn about agriculture in our community. It's a really cool report. Go to weathernorcal.com, click on the Ag Report as well. Now you can get both of these, not only from weathernorcal.com, but also from the free Weather NorCal app. Click on the Animal Family segment for Turtle Bay. Click on the NorCal Ag section right here for the Ag Report. You can download that app for free. It's just by searching for Weather NorCal in your app store, and you've got it for free. All right, take a look at this. The heat wave peaks today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be the last day before we start to see those temperatures on that downward trend. It'll be mainly sunny and dry, including the mountains, at least through the weekend. I'm seeing some signs of potential mountain showers and thunderstorms here by Monday, Tuesday of next week, but still not setting that in stone just yet. Not as hot near the end of the week and more pleasant for your Father's Day weekend. And when I say more pleasant, the valley temperatures back into the low 90s. Low 90s though tomorrow for the higher elevations here, although in Trinity County, the upper 90s, well over 100 degrees again for the valley, but of course, there it is. You always got to mention the coast, right? 63 degrees. I just get cooler just saying a high of 63. All right, there's a look at your winds for tomorrow morning. Still breezy in the valley, still breezy even for the coast, but elsewhere, the wind's fairly calm. Unfortunately, they will be picking back up again tomorrow afternoon, 20 to close to 30 miles per hour once again in the valley. Eastern mountains from the west, still those gusty north winds for the coast. And we take you into your Thursday morning. Yeah, the wind's subsiding a bit, but what you'll see here as we go into Thursday afternoon, winds more from the south. Still a little tad on the breezy side, westerly winds in the eastern mountains, and still that north wind for the north coast. So our fire weather risk for your Wednesday, it is in the high to even very high category, getting some of those dark oranges in there. Still that north-northwest wind for the valley. Then we take you into Thursday with that southerly wind that should help. It'll still be hot, it'll still be dry, just not as hot as it has been. And it looks like more favoring the eastern side. Now, what you're also beginning to notice as we look at this fire weather risk is up until this point, most of the yellows and oranges and even the reds have been in the valley. But now that we're starting to see more of these winds and things are starting to dry out, look what's happening. Look at Shasta Valley right here. We're getting some faint shades of yellow. Look at Modoc County. Look at Lassen County. We're not only getting faint shades of yellow, but we're getting in some oranges there as well. So this just kind of goes in line with that fire that we saw pop up yesterday, right? Northeast of Wairika. So we've got to take this into account. It's not just the valley now that's seen the dry conditions. It's some of the higher elevations. A lot of the snow is melting off those higher elevations, and that's going to mean eventually drier conditions and more fuels to contend with as well. So we do have the excessive heat warning until Wednesday evening. Highs between 97 and 106 degrees. Of course, the 97s will be in the upper elevations, whereas the temperatures over 100 degrees will be in the valley. And of course, those overnight lows, that's another contributing factor. I think once again, we will struggle to get out of the 70s for the valley tonight. So we look at the heat risk. We're looking less reds on the map here. So we're more in that moderate category, meaning people that are more sensitive, elderly and young children, right? But look at this. By Thursday, we're looking at mainly minor to moderate category. By Friday, we barely have even that moderate category around the Chico area, otherwise mainly in that minor category. We're getting in the little to none to minor for Saturday. How about your Father's Day? Look at the yellow. Watch the yellow. The yellow just kind of shaves off a little bit more on Sunday. So things are improving. We've got cooler weather on the way, but we still got to contend with this heat wave for the next couple of days. Here's the main ridge of high pressure right here. Now, it's kind of hard to really pinpoint the ridge. Why? Well, be a couple of things. Number one, we've got two things that are kind of breaking away at this ridge. Here's the main bubble of heat to our west, main bubble of heat to our southeast. There is an area of low pressure that's not as hot as these two areas. This is, in a sense, helping to weaken that ridge of high pressure. What also is doing it are these storm systems riding to the north. These are flattening out the ridge. See this right here? This is what we call a zonal flow type pattern, where the winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere, the jet stream, is flat, right? You've got the winds blowing from west to east. So typically what happens with a large ridge of high pressure, you have more of an arc in the ridge. You see this little arc right here? Well, imagine this arc extended up like this, and all that cooler air is up to the north, and this hotter air to the south is out of here. Now, of course, imagine that being out of there too. That really does help. But bottom line, we still have the heat making its way here for your Wednesday and even into your Thursday. But by the time we get into Thursday, Friday, we're going to watch this right here, a trough of low pressure, cooler air associated with it, that'll push this bubble of heat back down over the southern United States. This heat is going to get pushed down to the south. Our temperatures start to drop as a result. We go into the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, look at that. This actually just passes to our north. Temperatures drop even more for Saturday, Sunday. Then watch this pocket of cooler air. This actually dives down to the south, and this is the GFS forecast model that we're looking at. It wants to bring this, even clipping Northern California. Now, if that's the case, if this were to happen, that could potentially bring us a chance for a few showers, maybe some mountain thunderstorms in the forecast. But the European forecast model, not as aggressive with this. We'll see. For now, I'm not going to really set it in stone with that chance for rain. Then it looks like by the middle of next week, that ridge of high pressure is going to try to build in again. And you can see the arc right here, right? This is Wednesday of next week, by the way. So we're looking well over a week from now. But here's the ridge of high pressure trying to build in. There's that bubble of heat. But you see that? Yeah. Long range wants to continue to push that to the east, preventing this from building any stronger. So yes, temperatures may be going up and down a little bit here as we go over the next 10, 15 days. But bottom line, we're not going to see any major heat. Now, of course, 106 degrees, that's nothing to, scoff at, but it certainly is hot nonetheless. That's what we have in store for us tomorrow. A downward trend for Thursday, Friday, even more so by Saturday, Sunday. And they're kind of hovering around that 90-degree mark, give or take, which is about normal for this time of the year by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. How about the mountains? Same trend. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we actually could drop below normal for many of the mountain locations here by the end of the weekend and early next week. But the coast, well, there you have it. Isn't that nice? Right now, I've got the air conditioning in my studio blowing on me right now. I can feel those 60s. That is nice. Good for you if you live on the coast. All right, take a look at Futurecast. It's dry through the weekend, but remember what I was mentioning is that trough of low pressure kind of comes down around Monday, Tuesday. Most of the rain will be to the north, but you see how it's clipping Northern California. So we could see a stray shower, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm for some of the mountains here, and maybe even along the coast seeing some of those showers. For now, you'll notice on my 7-day forecast, I haven't included this rain in here. That's because this particular forecast model, the American, the GFS forecast model, hasn't been very consistent with this. It's bringing it a little bit to the south, a little bit back up to the north. European forecast model isn't even showing this at all. So we'll have to kind of wait and see what happens with that. But for now, I'm going to keep it dry. But just be aware of the fact that next Monday, next Tuesday, we may be talking about a chance for some showers. And then, of course, by next Wednesday, looks like that kind of moves on out of here. Let's take a look at your wave heights. Taking you through the day on Wednesday, they're actually increasing a bit, unfortunately. And then as we take you into Thursday, let's see what happens with those wave heights. Looks like they're kind of retreating a little bit here. But it does look like when we look at our marine forecast that we do have a small craft advisory for tomorrow. And that should last through Thursday afternoon. Look at the winds. Yeah, they're getting pretty high out there, out of the north at about 20 to 25 knots. Okay, so here's what it looks like tonight. It may not be quite as warm as it was this morning, but I do expect temperatures to most likely stay in the 70s for the valley. That is going to be pretty much setting the stage for those hot temperatures again tomorrow. And of course, you can see tonight to tomorrow morning, mainly in the 50s for the higher elevations and upper 40s to low 50s along the coast. All right, so let's take a look at your Trinity County neighborhood forecast, mainly in the 90s. You can see places like Lewiston about 88, 96 though for Trinity Center. We're taking you out towards the central and southern Humboldt County, 72 degrees for Shelter Cove, 89 in Garberville, 90 in Alder Point. There you can see Blue Lake about 69 degrees. We take you up to the north, and it looks like we've got 70 in Klamath, 85 degrees for Orleans, 89 Hoopa. It looks like we could get into the 90s for Willow Creek with a high of about 92. Gas Key about 87, and 74 degrees for Smith River. Here's your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. Etna and Scott Valley, you'll get up to about 89. Fort Jones also about 89. 89 for Gazelle, 87 for Weed, 91 for Mount Shasta City. Temperatures dropping by the weekend and into early next week. Your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, yeah, well, looks like upper 80s to about 90. 90 give or take, really. Temperatures do drop. Low 80s Friday, 70s by the weekend, keeping it in the 70s here for early next week. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, those temperatures in the mid-90s. It's getting pretty warm out there, even for the mountains. 92 degrees for Westwood, 95 out in Janesville, 95 Shingletown and Paradise. And your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor. Yeah, temperatures are starting to drop. Look at that. 89 for Chico on Monday, 80s. Wow, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? 101 degrees for Whiskey Town for your Wednesday, 102 for Lakehead, 106 in Palo Cedro and Red Bluff, a high of about 104 degrees. So there's your 7-day outlook for Redding. There's your 106 for your Wednesday, upper 90s on Thursday. See the downward trend? We're in the low 90s by Saturday, Sunday. We keep it that way into early next week.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with this great offer on the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Featuring a gas-powered engine that delivers a top speed of 40 miles per hour, outstanding acceleration and handling with cargo, and a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty. Get the Sidekick now for 0 down, 0% APR for 36 months or save $1,000.
Tractors, trailers, rentals.
You do it all, we do it local.